Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue our topic, that is biological treatment units, and under that we are going to cover the topic, that is aerated lagoons. So it is from this semester MSc EVS semester 3 paper 1, that is Advanced Pollution Control Technology, Unit 1, water and wastewater pollution control, and the topic, that is aerated lagoons. So what is aerated lagoons? Aerated lagoons is a simple wastewater treatment system consisting of a pond with artificial aeration to promote the biological oxidation of the wastewater. So that is said to be the aerated lagoons. So you know that it is one of the secondary wastewater treatment process. Coming up to the definition of the aerated lagoons. So aerated lagoons is a simple wastewater treatment system consisting of a pond. मतलब एक ऐसा प्रकार का वेस्ट वाटर सिस्टम है जिसमें कि एक पॉन्ड, आर्टिफिशियल पॉन्ड तैयार किया जाता है विथ गिवन एरेशन to promote the biological oxidation of the wastewater. wastewater में ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेस कंटिन्यू करने के लिए एरेशन दिया जाता है और ये कंटिन्यूएशन प्रोसेस, ये एरेशन प्रोसेस एक ऐसे आर्टिफिशियल पॉन्ड में सप्लाई किया जाता है जिसे हम एरेटेड लगून कहते हैं. So the definition is that it is a simple type of wastewater treatment system consisting of an artificial pond with given aeration to promote the biological oxidation of the wastewater, and the air is supplied by means of diffused air or from the surface. And you know it, the definition of diffused aeration is that it is nothing but the injection of the air or oxygen under pressure below the liquid surface. So below the liquid surface we are supplying the oxygen or air in order to continue the biological process in the wastewater. So this is regarding the definition of the aerated lagoons. Now coming up to its history. So wastewater lagoons has been used as a process for wastewater treatment for centuries. So from 1920 this artificial pond were designed and constructed to receive and stabilize the wastewater. Later on, in 1950s, the use of pond has become very recognized because it was economical, and the economical wastewater treatment methods for the small municipalities and the industries. And later on, 1980s, almost 7,000 this type of artificial aerated lagoons were stabilized in the US. So today you can say that in almost in every secondary wastewater treatment facilities, this aerated lagoons is normally utilized. So the wastewater lagoons aeration represent one of the most energy intensive operation in the wastewater treatment system. So this aerated lagoon, it is normally utilized from the centuries from 1920 to 1980, and from then there is lot more changes right from the 1920s to 1980. So here in this given picture you can find out the aeration is given by means of diffused aeration. So this type of aeration is said to be diffused aeration when it is injected from the below surface of the water with the help of pressure. So here you can find out aeration is given out from below surface of the liquid, and in this way this oxygen is being available to the wastewater, and the water is full of oxygen, which is essential for the growth of biological organisms which is present inside the wastewater, and in order to carry out the later functions, that is biological oxidation process, and stabilize the sludge. This is another picture in which you can see this is nothing but the artificial pond, and in this artificial pond aeration is given or oxygen is supplied from the surface, and in this way the oxygen is made available, which is important for the growth of the organisms which is present inside the wastewater. So this is again a picture of an aerated pond or lagoon. It has been seen that the microorganism which is found in the aerated or the facultative pond are more diverse. ऐसा देखा गया है कि जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स ये एरेटेड लगून्स में पाया जाता है या आर्टिफिशियल पॉन्ड में पाया जाता है, दे आर मोर डाइवर्स, बहुत ही डाइवर्स टाइप ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं, rather than those which are observed in many other biological treatment process. तो other biological treatment process, the organism which is present in the biological treatment process are little bit different from that of the organism which is present inside the lagoons. So what are the different type of organisms which are, or microorganisms which are present inside this wastewater or the aerated lagoons? So due to the diverse growth environment, due to the presence of diverse growth environment present, we can find out different type of microorganism, and these organism may be both, it may be aerobic as well as the anaerobic. So both type of microorganisms can be seen in the aerated lagoons. So in case of artificial pond, we can find out different type of microorganisms besides the bacteria, and besides whether they are aerated or the non-aerated. So if the aerobic bacteria are present, they require oxygen, and if anaerobic bacteria or other organisms are present, they can grow in certain condition where oxygen is almost absent. So here in case of the aerated lagoons, we can find out certain organisms, they are present. Maybe sometimes these bacteria are aerobic bacteria, or development can be seen, as well as anaerobic bacteria development also can be seen, because of the diverse growth type of environment is totally different. So what are the different type of organisms which we can see? So here we can find out certain aerobic bacteria presence, as well as the anaerobic bacteria presence, as well as certain algae. And besides that, we can also find some higher life forms such as protozoans, rotifers, daphnia, and insect larvae. So we can find out these organisms in the aerated lagoons. So besides aerobic and anaerobic bacteria, we can find out certain protozoans also, rotifers, daphnia, insect larvae, etc. in the aerated lagoons or the lagoons, artificial pond. And the aerobic bacteria that occurs are similar to those that found in other treatment process such as activated sludge. So normally if the pond contain aerobic bacteria, that is similar to the other biological processing unit containing bacteria. So aerobic bacteria is similar to that of the other processing unit of the biological unit of the treatment plant, but anaerobic bacteria are little bit different. So in case of aerobic bacteria that occurs in the lagoons or the other treatment process such as activated sludge, they are normally they have divided into 3 functional groups which they occur normally, and they are, first one is the freely dispersed or single bacteria. Second one is the flock forming bacteria, and third group is nothing but the filamentous bacteria. So these are the three groups of the bacteria or the aerobic bacteria which is present in the biological treatment process or certain treatment process. So what is the function of all these three type of bacteria, aerobic bacteria? The function of all, either it is a single bacteria or the flock forming bacteria or the filamentous bacteria. Thus the function of all is to oxidize the what? Organic carbon to produce the carbon dioxide. So all these three bacteria has got a similar function, that is oxidizing. So oxidize what? The organic carbon which is present in the wastewater into carbon dioxide. Now coming up to the anaerobic bacteria. So anaerobic bacteria, they are normally the heterotrophic bacteria. Normally we can be seen that can commonly occur in lagoons. So here in case of lagoons we can find out aerobic as well as anaerobic bacteria and the heterotrophic bacteria also present. Certain anaerobic bacteria which involves are methane forming bacteria. So there are certain heterotrophic bacteria. These bacteria depends on other organism for their food. That's why they are said to be the anaerobic bacteria or the heterotrophic bacteria. So these are the different type of bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria, these bacteria does not require oxygen for their growth, but they are present in the lagoons. And what do? They are involved in the methane formation, or sometimes in the sulfate reducing bacteria. They reduce the sulfur. So sulfate reduction is done by means of this type of bacteria. So either methane formation and the sulfate reduction, both things can be done by means of this type of anaerobic bacteria. Sometimes acid formation is also done by means of the acid formation is also done by means of this type of methane forming bacteria. So methane forming bacteria, actually it converts into the acid form or methane, or it sometimes reduces the sulfate group. Sulfate reduction. So these are the two different type of bacteria which is present, that is methane bacteria, methane producing bacteria, next or forming bacteria, or the sulfate reducing bacteria. Yeah, sulfate reduction is done over here. So the three different anaerobic bacteria that functions together to convert organic matter into the methane. So three groups of anaerobic bacteria, and their main function is to convert the organic matter which is present in the wastewater into the methane. And these are, first group is said to be the acid forming anaerobic bacteria. Here the acid is formed, that is by means of anaerobic bacteria. That's why it is said to be acid forming anaerobic bacteria. Here proteins, fats and other polysaccharine compounds which is present inside the wastewater get converted into the alcohol by means of these organisms or anaerobic bacteria. Alcohol, organic acids like acetic acid, propanoic acid and butyric acids. So the acid forming anaerobic bacteria, actually what it does, its function is to convert the protein, fats and other polysaccharides into the alcohol and organic acids. Now coming up to the next group of bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, that is methane forming anaerobic bacteria. So what is the function of the methane forming anaerobic bacteria? So this bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, it's convert the formic acid, methanol and acetic acid into the methane. So why it is said to be methane forming? Because the end product is nothing but the methane. That's why we used to say it as methane forming anaerobic bacteria. So the certain compounds or acids which is present in the wastewater like formic acid, acetic acid and methanols, they get exactly converted into the methane. And the next group is said to be sulfate reducing bacteria. So this sulfate reducing bacteria, it uses this sulfate, वो sulfate group को utilize करते हैं. You know that here this anaerobic bacteria does not require oxygen. They grow in absence of oxygen also. So they require certain other compounds for their growth. And sulfate is one of the compound. So it utilizes this sulfate as an electron acceptor and then reduces this sulfate into the hydrogen sulfide. So you can say that this occurs when BOD and sulfate are present. So if any bond which contain sulfate which is present, which contains sulfate, and oxygen is absent. Here there is no oxygen. So oxygen is absent but sulfate is present. Here the sulfate is reduced. And sulfate reduction is a major cause of the odor. यानी ये जो सल्फेट होता है वो रिड्यूस होता है into H2S. That's why bad odor is released from the pond. That is nothing but the H2S. Sulfate is reduced to H2S and that is the smell of nothing but the H2S. So besides this anaerobic bacteria, certain algae are also present inside the lagoons. So algae based these algae are normally the aerobic organism because they require, for their growth they require oxygen, and they are photosynthetic because they can prepare their own food. That's why they are said to be the photosynthetic. But we have earlier seen that anaerobic bacteria, they are heterotrophic because they depends on other for their food. But algae, it is photosynthetic and aerobic, but it requires oxygen for their growth. Now what are the different type of algae which can be seen in the aerated lagoons is that they contain certain brown algae, green algae, red algae, and the cyanobacteria is also present inside the aerated lagoons. Sometimes the cyanobacteria is also said to be the, not sometimes, this green bacteria is cyanobacteria is also said to be the blue green algae. Blue green algae. So blue green algae is also said to be cyanobacteria. So besides this bacteria, the cyanobacteria, besides this algae, cyanobacteria is also present inside the aerated lagoons. And these algae are the aerobic organisms. We know that these algae, they are the aerobic organisms and they are photosynthetic, we know that, and they grow with the simple inorganic compounds. So how do they grow? They grow with the simple inorganic compounds like carbon dioxide, ammonia, nitrate, NO3 minus, and PO4 minus. So you can say that if any water contain all this inorganic matter, there we can find out the presence of this algae. And this algae, what do? They do the photosynthesis and grow, and then they settle at the bottom. The presence of this algae in the lagoons, they normally increase the pH of the lagoons, as well as it decreases the alkalinity. So this is the main important factor the algae plays the role. So the main role played by an algae is that it increase normally the pH, and it decreases the alkalinity. So besides this, algae, anaerobic bacteria, and aerobic bacteria, certain higher life forms are also seen, and they may include protozoans, and certain microinvertebrates. Besides this, certain larvae of mosquito is also seen, rotifers, rotifer, daphnia, etc. They can be seen, and these organisms play very important role in waste purification by feeding on bacteria. These higher organisms, they feed on the certain bacteria and algae, and they promote flocculation and settles at the bottom of the waste or the lagoons. So for today this is enough. See you on Saturday. Tomorrow is a holiday, you know it. So see you on Saturday. Thank you. Thank you for watching.